You have faced enemies, but the cruelest one lives within you. Right now, an exhausting and relentless war may be raging inside you. On the outside, signs of apparent serenity, but within, hidden beneath the surface, a whirlwind of feelings and repressed desires fights silent skirmishes. Those without a discerning eye may never notice, because this war cannot be heard. It echoes in silence, and it bleeds without wounds. There is a war no one sees, no bloodshed, no gunfire, yet this war decides who you will become. Every day you wake up on a battlefield, not in the streets, but in the silence behind your eyes, where thoughts whisper louder than crowds, where fear wears the face of your own dreams, where your own voice turns against you. The invisible war. They don't teach you this at school. No one warns you that discipline is a battle, that peace demands war, that your greatest enemy may speak with your own voice. You felt it, the silent urge to give up, the guilt that follows pleasure, the shame that trails behind failure. And yet, you smile, you carry on, because the war is silent, and silence conceals the pain. This war hides in the small moments, in the endless scrolling that steals your time, in the procrastination that delays your purpose, in the comparison that erases your identity. And each of these seemingly small, silent battles is shaping who you are becoming. Viktor Frankl. The war in the concentration camp. In 1942, a man named Viktor Frankl walked through the gates of Auschwitz. He lost everything, his freedom, his family, his dignity, but he did not lose his soul. Surrounded by death, hunger, and unimaginable cruelty, he discovered that the deepest human freedom is choosing your response. While others broke, he built a philosophy. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. He walked through hell, but the real battle was within. Not to hate, not to lose himself, to remain unshaken. Frankl saw men share their last piece of bread. Even at the bottom of the abyss, there was light. He understood, you can take everything from a man, except his attitude towards what happens to him. Gethsemane, even God sweated blood. Even Jesus, the Son of God, entered a silent war. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he fell to his knees, alone, knowing the cross awaited him. He prayed in such agony that his sweat became blood. Father, if possible, let this cup pass from me. But not my will, but yours be done. That is not weakness. That is the highest form of strength. To face terror, to kneel, and still obey. Gethsemane reminds us that even the purest of men face the shadow of fear. And true courage is not the absence of pain. It is obedience despite it. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, each day breaking stones, each night facing silence. They tried to break his body, but the real prison was the temptation to hate. He resisted. When he left his cell, he didn't seek revenge. He led a nation to forgiveness and said, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. He won the war within. And it wasn't just Mandela. Many heroes faced inner prisons. Martin Luther King faced hate mail, even from those who claimed to be on his side. Malala took a bullet for defending education, yet her spirit never fell silent. They knew the most decisive war wasn't public. It was internal. Today, neuroscience confirms what the ancients already knew. You have two voices inside you, the limbic system, which wants now, and the prefrontal cortex, which sees tomorrow. Every time you resist temptation, Every time you choose virtue over impulse, you are training your brain to fight better. The silent war is chemical, it is spiritual, it is daily, and no one can fight it for you. Studies show that habits like meditating, praying, or journaling strengthen the areas of the brain linked to self-control. Spirit and science walk hand in hand. The mind can be trained, but it demands constant battle. Perhaps your war is anxiety, or addiction, or the fear of disappointing your father. Perhaps it's simply getting out of bed with purpose. But listen, no one applauds the man who fights in silence. No one sees the habits, the tears behind the cold showers, the 3 a.m. prayers, the journal pages filled with regret and hope. No one sees, but God sees. And the reward is not applause. It is peace. It is the firmness of spirit that cannot be bought. It is the calm gaze amidst the storm. It is the certainty that, even bleeding inside, you remain standing. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be faithful. The warrior doesn't win because he is stronger. He wins because he doesn't abandon the battlefield, because he does not quit. There is no finish line, only the next fight. And if you fall, rise, not because you are unhurt, but because you are unshaken. Each day, you choose whether to be a prisoner of your past or a guardian of your future. And that choice begins in the invisible, in the secret place, in silence. His silent war is not a curse. It is a calling. You were born to fight it, and you are not alone. Within you lies an ancestral strength, born from every tear shed by warriors before you, men and women who, though anonymous, chose to endure. You carry that lineage. So rise, even when the inner voice says otherwise. Rise, even when your body feels like lead. Rise and fight, not for applause, but for purpose, because your silence is sacred, unshaken.